baby and very slowly rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang,
I love you forever, I'll let you grow away. As long as I'm living, my baby will be.
Well, the baby grew. He grew and he grew and he grew and he grew until he was 2 years old. He ran all around the house. He pulled all the books off the shelf. And he pulled all of the food out of the refrigerator. And he took his mother's watch and he flushed it down the toilet. Sometimes his mother would say, "This kid is driving me crazy." But at nighttime, when that 2-year-old was quiet, she opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor and looked up over the edge of his bed. And if he were really asleep, she picked him up and she rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang,
I love you forever, I'll let you grow away. As long as I'm living, my baby will be.
Well, the little boy grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was 9 years old. He never wanted to come in for dinner. He never wanted to take a bath. And when Grandma visited, he always said bad words. Sometimes his mother wanted to sell him to the zoo. But at nighttime, when he was asleep, the mother quietly crawled across the floor to his room, looked up over the side of the bed, and if that big boy was really asleep, she rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang,
I love you forever, I'll let you grow away. As long as I'm living, my baby will be.
Well, the boy grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was a teenager. He had strange friends and he wore strange clothes and he listened to strange music. Sometimes his mother felt like she was in a zoo. But at nighttime, when that teenager was asleep, the mother opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of the bed. And if he was really asleep, she picked up that great big boy and she rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang,
I love you forever, I'll let you grow away. As long as I'm living, my baby will be.
Well, that teenager grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. And he grew until he was a grown-up man, and he left town and got a house across town. He left home, got a house across town. Sometimes on dark nights, the mother got into her car, and she drove across town. I bet you know what she could do. If all the lights in her son's house were out, she opened his bedroom window, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of his bed. And if that great big man were really asleep, she picked him up, and she rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang,
I love you forever, I'll let you grow away. As long as I'm living, my baby will be.
Well, that mother, she got older. She got older and older and older. And one day she called up her son and said, you better come see me because I'm very old and sick. So her son came to see her. When he came in the door, she tried to sing the song. She sang,
I love you forever, I'll let you grow away.
but she couldn't finish because she was too old and too sick. The son went to his mother and he picked her up this time and rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And he sang this song.
I love you forever, I'll let you grow away. As long as I'm living, my mommy will be.
When the son came home that night, he stood for a long time at the top of the stairs. Then he went into the room where his very new baby daughter was sleeping. He picked her up in his arms, and very slowly rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while he rocked her,